Welcome to Politics News Wolf US channel. Russian leader Vladimir Putin's goal is undoubtedly to seize UK-Ukraine territory. Moreover, Putin goes so far as to exhibit inhuman behavior for this goal. This is evidenced by the many actions of the Russian army, which are incompatible with the morality of war. Following the invading Russian army's attack on Ukrainian territory, Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky has formulated plans and goals for the war. Zelensky's first goal was to push the Russian invaders out of Ukraine. The course of the war changed when the UK army, strengthened by the support of Vassar and European countries, achieved many successes on the front line. This change gave rise to a new goal for Zelensky and the Ukrainian army. This goal was to take Crimea, which was unjustly annexed by the Russian occupiers in 2014 from the occupiers. So much so that Zelensky said divorce started with the annexation of Crimea and we will end with the retake of Crimea, in line with the goal. The UK-Ukrainian army has stepped up its siege towards Crimea, so much so that the Ukrainian army successfully attacked many areas in and around the peninsula. Especially the port of Sevastopol was among the most targeted areas because this port was important for the Russian invaders in terms of shipment trade and opening to the sea. As a result of the attack of the Ukrainian army on strategic regions, the Russian army suffers heavy losses. The Ukrainian army made the Russian leaders nervous with the new attack, showing death. Crime is AT's target because as a result of this attack, an oil depot near the Crime Bridge was blown up. Was the Crime Bridge the target? Let's examine all the details of the attack together as Anchor UI. We continue to report all the developments and the Russia-Ukraine war on a daily basis. Our teammates will report the developments regarding the explosion in Crimea for you. In this video, with an understanding of accurate and impartial journalism, you can click the Super Thanks button below to support our teammates and contribute to the continuation of our work. The Crime Bridge is one of the most important lines in the war for the Russian occupiers. The construction of this bridge began immediately after the occupation of Crimea on the orders of Russian leader Putin. The Crime Bridge, also known as the Kerch Bridge, connects the Crimea Peninsula with Russia. This allows the Russian army to deliver troops and ammunition to the occupied territories via the Crimea Peninsula. The UK-Ukrainian army had hit this bridge in the first months of the war. The renovated bridge may be targeted again recently. A Russian official and now said an oil depot near the Crime Bridge house burned down. This oil depot was located in the village of FN near the port of Taman in the Crossland region in southern Russia, Krasnodar region. Governor Vera announced the fire on a Telegram account. KRA reported that the fire was classified as the highest degree of difficulty and said a tank with petroleum products caught fire in the village of Vienna-Taki district. According to preliminary information, there are no dead or injured. Everything possible is being done to prevent the fire from spreading. Further, since the beginning of the war, dozens of oil tanks have caught fire on Russian territory. However, this fire was much more important than other oil depot fires due to the location of the depot that burned down the other day, because the village of Vienna is the only regional Russia where that lands connection to the Crimea Peninsula. Moreover, this region is located near the Crimean Bridge, one of the most important supply lines of the Russian occupiers. The fire at the oil depot near the Crime Bridge was widely reported in the press on social media. Russian media said that the explosion was caused by drone strikes. One of the local news channels of the Sospol region wrote on its Telegram account that the fire was seen from the Crime Bridge. There were also many posts about the fire on social media in these ports. The severity of the fire is clearly seen. In the shared images, The flames rising to the sky were accompanied by clouds of smoke. Anton Garko, an advisor to Ukraine's interior minister, was another prominent person who posted about the fire on social media. Chinko wrote the following and is posted with a video of the fire. A video of a burning Taman NAF cast terminal in Krasnodar region. It was allegedly attacked by a drone. 5 fire trains are working to extinguish the fire. Weakening the enemy's logistics is an important part of preparations for counter-offensive operations. Military theory. As we can see, the intensity of strikes on oil depots and logistics is increasing. Resource weaken. In Gulf, Russian armed forces is taking place. Russian citizens see Ukrainian drones even in stars and pigeons, partisans hide in every forests. It was noteworthy that the oil depot was located near the Crimea bridge because the Ukrainian army aims to launch a contra-attack in the very near future. And with this attack, it aims to liberate its target Crimea from the invaders. For this reason, it is rumored that the drone that crashed into the oil depot could actually be an attack targeting the Crimea bridge. So much so that Alexei Stoic, former advisor to the Ukrainian president's office, said last week that the Crimea bridge would be targeted as part of Ukraine's contra-attacks in a program he participated in. Stoic made an assessment about Ukraine's upcoming contra-attacks. Stoic said that one of these attacks could be an operation in the south of the country to try to cut off Russians from the land corridor to Crimea. He concluded his speech by saying, "We will destroy the Crimean bridge. All this is possible under certain conditions. We are organizing the conditions." Now, the faith of Ukrainian leaders, citizens, and the army in victory is growing every day in response to the increasing losses of the Russian army. The Ukrainian army continues its successful offensive. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine announced the other day that 16 artillery systems belonging to the Russian invaders were flown. Now, as a result of this operation carried out within 24 hours, the Russian invaders were heavily hit. It was also stated that 3 MLRS or multiple launch rocket systems were also destroyed. Russian leader, Vladimir Putin, does not know what to do about the increasing losses in the army. The UK army, strengthened with the support of Western and European countries, continues to destroy ammunition and equipment along with the Russian occupying troops. Russia, on the other hand, is cornered by Western and European sanctions. Russian people are holding protests to put an end to the war as soon as possible because Russia's losses are increasing day by day. The losses of the Russian army from the day the war started until today are as follows. 193,210 military personnel, 3,710 tanks, 7,210 24 arm-marked combat vehicles, 2,910 78 artillery systems, 550 reactive spread-fire systems, 304 air DFAS systems, 308 aircraft, 294 helicopters, 5,916 automotive and tank equipment, 18 minute ships and boats, 947 cruise missiles, 2,540 augment vehicles, 373 special machines. 4. Operational tactical missile systems. Do you think the Russian army can compensate for these losses whilst the Crimea bridge targeted in the attack that burnt the oil depot? Can the UK army take Crimea from the Russian occupiers as a result of the air contra-attacks? What are your thoughts on the course of the war? Thank you for watching the video. We value your opinion. Please comment, share them with us, and thank you so much once again for watching this video. See you in my next video.